Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are we today? And I really hope you're doing what you can to stay strong throughout these tough times. But of course, we are back again with another freaking video, and this one's going to be slightly different. In fact, today we're going to be doing the rise and fall of Miss Learning to be Fearless, now known as Alexandra Rodriguez. But of course, boys and girls, before we begin, let's give a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel so far as we continue to grow. But ladies and gentlemen, what I did is I decided to, here's the thing, when it comes to being the donuts, we need a time machine, and the time machine itself in particular is called the donut time machine. But of course, at the same time, sometimes when you're having a donut, you need the juice. So what did I do today? Today I went back to find out all the juice that I could squeeze, all the juice that I could find from the very beginning, Miss Learning to be Fearless, first step foot on YouTube, and how she rose and then sadly declined. But this is purely just a part one. This one here, we're going to focus more on how she rose because of her image, and how she also then declined because of her image, sadly so. So with that being said, I'm going to switch over to the screen in a second, which I will be playing. Now in that screen, there'll be certain parts where I will be where I'll mute it and you hear my voice in the background, and then there's certain parts I'll let the video play because there'll be certain parts that she says certain things that I definitely want to touch on to obviously enlighten us on the situation at hand of how this came about, of this once upon a time fearless woman who now seems to be not necessarily fearless, but more or less something else. But let's head over to our time machine, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to begin with the very first video, okay? And then we'll continue from there.
Hello YouTube, Alexandra here, Alex. I'm here to do my first outfit of the day. So it's kind of a rainy day here in Massachusetts right now. I'll show you. Can you guys see the rain? Sad day. We had wicked bad thunderstorms.
Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how old our fearless leader is, or once upon a time fearless leader. It's crazy because I wasn't even a part of the journey the whole time, but after doing so much research, I was so connected to this lady, man. I was like, yo, is this the real Alex? Is this the one that everybody was in love with? But now, sadly, not so much. And you know, I must say, seeing this video, seeing this clip itself in particular, really touched me. I was like, yo, I love this girl right here. Genuine freaking character. But that's something I just wanted to put out there as we continue throughout the video.
Morning and it woke me up. Very sad. So anyway, it's my day off from work, so I have to go run some errands. So I thought I would show you a little outfit of the day, because I don't always get to dress really nice because I work at like a farm stand and it's not super fancy, obviously. So I thought I would show you guys my outfit of the day before I go out. So I'll just get started. Alrighty, so I'll show you now. Tilt it down a little more. On my computer, by the way. So this is the outfit of the day. I have this fitted skirt. It goes down to a little bit above the knee.
Now, one thing that I want to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is that our fearless leader at this moment in time, don't get me wrong, at the time she wasn't necessarily fearless, she was learning to be fearless, which was the purpose, right? And you know what's the craziest thing is, obviously at this time she considered herself curvy, plus size, and it's crazy because at that moment in time, I would have never, ever in a million years considered her plus size in any kind of form. Nor would I even consider someone that's maybe overweight, or would I even consider someone that is potentially, I don't know, curvy, depending on what term you want to use when it comes to curvy. I would have been like, yo, this girl was in decent shape, man. I like this girl, man. And the energy as well was absolutely phenomenal. But I guess end of the day, sometimes we have our own perception of what a plus size person is or what a curvy person is, which is something that I completely understand. But let's continue.
When I pull it up high, like this.
The shape.
It's from Forever 21. I always get these tight skirts super cheap. They're only like maybe $7. And then I like to add this belt to it. It's a stretch belt, so it's kind of nice. You can wear it up high or low. Love how you can take an ordinary one piece and add some fringe along the bottom.
Now, obviously, as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, on the right-hand side or maybe the left-hand side of your screen, you can see a picture of her back in 2012. Now, obviously, you can see a picture of her in 2013. But I must say, look at how confident she was back here. The energy levels. Look, the girl was feeling herself back in 2014 now. Oh my God, look at her flex. Come on, where could she ever go wrong? That is a fearless woman right there. The stance, she had no shame. I love it. And of course, here in this particular video itself, it could have been red, but either way, she made it work. And she was definitely fearless. I mean, listen, here's one here we can see certain assets, you know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, within this part in itself in particular, boys and girls, I'm going to pause it real quick, okay? Now, obviously, I'm just going to rewind just a little bit for you lovely people, because this is the first time that, you know, not necessarily the first initial time that we was introduced to the fact that Alex, you know, had obviously started to grow, you know, a little bit of a fupa or a little bit of an apron, you know, just grow the lower belly, okay? Now, listen, we have to remember that at some point in her life, she did have the lap band. Now, that lap band was something that I believe she had it either before she started YouTube or just around the same time, and it's something that she obviously didn't get rid of. Now, obviously, if you don't know what a lap band is something that, you know, it's something that's put into your stomach, from what I understand, and it just makes you feel fuller sooner rather than later, okay? And that's something that she did go for at certain points. But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we will be touching base on that in one of the parts, 2, 3, 4, who knows how many parts we're going to have. But of course, just have a nice little close look, obviously here, of the introduction of the fupa itself in particular, which you will see still in the next video where the picture will be at the side. As we see, this is where obviously we was first advanced, and that was back in 2014. Now this is 2015, and I must say this dress is absolutely fabulous. And obviously, you know, she's obviously grown within that time, obviously within her shape. But again, the confidence is still there, which is the main thing, isn't it? Because being fearless also means being confident. But obviously, at the same time, you know, the whole fearless thing was not only being confident within her skin, but also, you know, potentially having a healthier lifestyle, maybe, you know, even losing some weight, because there was a time she did do weigh-ins. But obviously, we can see here in these outfits itself in particular, you know, our girl back in 2017, actually, in fact. Now we're all the way in 2018. Now, obviously, in 2018, we can see that, you know, she's obviously, you know, stacked quite some weight on. But listen, it's okay. It's just that the honesty part was the part where things went wrong because there was no accountability. I mean, here in these mum jeans, you can see that she's obviously, you know, put on that weight. We can see that her, you know, her lower body has obviously, you know, started to grow quite significantly. And let's stop right there, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is going a lot more quicker than I expected. I do apologize. But of course, obviously, in this scene itself in particular, we can see that the apron itself in particular had grown. The lower belly had grown itself, you know, quite significantly as I disappear from the screen. And obviously you can see from 2018 all the way to 2019, you know, obviously the difference wasn't, it looks as if she may have just put on even more weight. But again, you know, people did not stop to, let's make this clear right now. People didn't start to you know, stop liking them because of the weight gain per se. It was more than that. It was due to the fact was the accountability, you know, the accountability of saying year in, year out, oh, hey guys, I'm in this size. And then someone who's the same size is looking over and thinking, hold on a minute, but I'm that size. I don't think I'm that big. In fact, you know, some people like to say that, wait, listen, some people are different sizes in different stores. Obviously, we all are fantastic. I get that. But of course, if you're saying to someone, I went to Target, for example, and I bought a dress or an outfit in a size 18 or 20, and then they go and check, and then they go and buy the same thing, and they're like, hold on a minute, this doesn't make any sense. It makes people start to think. People thinking, what's happening here? Why is our fearless leader actually starting to lie to us? Which is when we're going to get into the next part. And the next part is the part I'm going to play. So I want you guys to listen carefully to what is said by the man himself, Yaman. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Let me disappear my lovely face. Let's go.
Mom jeans.
Comfortable?
Very! Like 10 out of 10. Like,
those look like your Spanx.
My Spank leggings.
Yeah.
As level of comfort though, like this is like all of these are very comfortable, I must say. Yeah, they're doing a good job with their like.
To be honest, the first one looked the least comfortable.
And it was so comfortable. It was literally just like, it wasn't like spandex where like you have to really get into it. It was like really just stretchy comfortable. So.
Now, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the problem we have in hand here is that our fearless leader at that point here, in fact, this is actually one of those videos that actually, you know, started to really question people. People really started to question, you know, who this fearless leader was. Because at this moment in time, people were like, hold on a minute. Our fearless leader is now starting to appear a whole lot more bigger than she, you know, shows herself to be. In fact, this is around the same time, or even just slightly before this, when the photoshopping started being, you know, looked at a whole lot more. That's when people started thinking, hold on a minute, something ain't right at all right at this moment in time. Because in her videos she's looking one way, but then in her photos she's looking a completely different way. Which obviously then created a massive backlash within this video. And well, we're about to talk about what happened after this video. But one thing before we move away from this image itself in particular, if you just look at Alex's leg, you can see that there's a rip in the side of that inside of that outfit itself, which clearly means that she not only did she buy an outfit that was, you know, too tight, but it was clearly too small. Because why else would there be a rip on the side? You can see it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, just bulging next to, you know, obviously on her leg there. But again, the other thing that I want you to listen to one more time in this specific clip is the next clip where she insists that this outfit itself was actually easy to get into, XYZ, really trying to, you know, emphasize on it. When really, truly, we could see that even in her face when she's saying it, you could tell that she was trying to cover it up. In fact, Yarman was the one that even said to her, the other one actually looked somewhat tighter. But she insists that is not the case. But you know what, let's head over and watch that again.
Very! Like 10 out of 10. Like,
those look like your Spanx.
my Spank leggings. Yeah. As level of comfort though, like this is like all of these are very comfortable, I must say. Yeah, they're doing a good.
Just notice how she puts her head down when she says they're very comfortable. You know, obviously, you know, I'm not expert, and I'm listening. Disclaimer: I'm not an expert, but one thing that I do know about people who either are a lion or a little bit ashamed, they generally tend to put their head down, because they always say when your head is up is how you show your most confidence. Anyone that's, if you're walking down the street and you see someone walking, if they're walking upright, body posture, everything, you can tell that person's a confident human being. That person is feeling themselves. That person takes pride within their appearance. But usually when you see people kind of put their head down, it could be for multiple reasons. It could be from low self-esteem, it could be from embarrassment, okay? It could be from worry, it could be just because they're having some form of day that isn't necessarily positive. So let's just watch that again with the motion itself. And again, like I said, this is the video that really took a turn.
As level of comfort though,
Wait
like
for
this
it.
is like all of these are
Head
very
down.
comfortable.
There we go.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with their like.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, within this moment itself in particular, now, what we're about to see next is potentially the groundbreaking moment. In fact, this is the moment that people really started to think, hold on a minute, something ain't right. Something freaking ain't right. And we're about to get into that moment in time.
To be honest, the first one looked the least comfortable.
And it was so comfortable. It was literally just like, it wasn't like spandex where like you have to really get into it. It was like really just stretchy, comfortable. So this first set of denim right here.
Watching carefully.
I love the fit of these. I love the way the butt looks. I even love this little detailing up above the booty pocket.
Right, some of you lovely people may not be noticing what exactly is being shown to you right here. So I'm just going to rewind it a bit more, and I want you to pay close attention to the picture of 2019. And in fact, just so you know, this video clip itself is also in 2019. This is not 2020 just yet, just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Just go back a little bit, okay? And I just want you to pay attention to, you know, the image that we see at hand here. And also we can see that, you know, our girl hasn't necessarily lost a significant amount of weight within obviously the rest of her body. But some part of her body seems to have gone AWOL, absence without leave.
Here, I love the fit of these. I love the way the butt looks. I even love this little detailing up above the booty pocket.
If you can't see it, then I just don't know. But let's continue.
They're just like that that I wore for my Lizzo video. Something I love.
Now, before she says what she says here, bear in mind something has now gone missing from her body, but the rest of her body seems to be at the same size, which is very suspect. But just listen to what she starts to say from this moment onwards.
This dress is that it literally feels like almost like Spanx. Like it really sucks you in.
Surely does.
Accents, and I've been really into working out lately, so definitely gonna be wearing this a lot.
Now with this with this point itself in particular, why is she making you working out? In fact, well, one of the reasons because around this time, and again, this is still in 2019, okay, not so long after what we think or what we believe potentially is a chop. But listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, okay? At this moment in time, why is she talking about surgery? Is it because at that moment in time, people were questioning? People were saying to her, hey, what happened? Something's gone missing. Like, where's your lower part of your belly? It's gone AWOL. And her excuse, or her reasoning, sorry, may I say, from our fearless leader at that moment in time, was that she had lost the weight. But again, we wonder to ourselves, how do you lose weight in one area whilst the whole of your area is still significantly big? And of course, if we go back in the time machine to the very beginning, we saw how it grew. And at the time when it was growing, the rest of her body was generally smaller. But her body is now at a stage where it's bigger than it's ever been before. But for some reasons, this part has disappeared. It makes you wonder, right? But that's where some people Some of her followers thought, you know what? I can't do this anymore. This woman is not being truthful. She's not taking accountability. So much that that's when a rise of a whole stampede of reaction channels started coming across. So started appearing, making concerns, saying what they needed to say. Some people even made one odd video just to, some people didn't even want to be YouTubers. They just made, you know, I want to make a video because I want to express how I feel about this young lady right now because what she's doing is unfair. In fact, she is affecting my life as well as my own children's life as well. Why? There's a lack of accountability. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, that is something else we will touch base on again in another part. But let's continue.
It's so comfortable, like so stretchy and wonderful.
So these are the Oasis high-waisted shorts. I
mean, ladies and gentlemen, need I say more? Need I say more? Come on. Come on. And you know, wait for it. And boom. Listen, I don't know in what world, in what society somebody has this significant amount of back fat, but yet their front bit is completely non-existent. And we cannot say it's because that clothing is way too tight, which it is. But at the same time, we can see it's because this woman has not necessarily lost any weight. She's just gone and done something else. And the thing that makes me so interested is we can be honest about a lap band, but we can't be honest for something else. But again, that is something that will touch base again in another video. But ladies and gentlemen, at this moment in time, I'm just going to say this. If you are enjoying the content that you're seeing at this moment in time, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't be shy. And at the same time, smash the like button. But let's continue. And obviously, as we can see here, as we move on to the next clip. Okay. Now, like, come on. Obviously, this is all in the same day. Now, I must say that to you, ladies and gentlemen, that this video itself in particular got a very, well, let's just say the dislike to like ratio wasn't looking very pretty. But again, as we look here, she's wearing the white and you're thinking, yo, how is this? Honestly, somebody tell me, how is this woman's, how is it disappeared? How is it disappeared? Did Harry Potter just appear of Hogwarts and said, Alexandra Rodriguez? Expliano, hey, I don't know what happened here. What is going on here? Did Sabrina the Teenage Witch just come out of nowhere and say, what is going on here? How is this actually possible? Well, it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's called potentially going somewhere where someone is more than willing to listen to the dollar and say, don't worry, we'll give you that little, you know what I'm saying? We even try and make it look as natural as possible. But then that's where the problem comes into place. Natural as possible, but yet we are then drum roll. No, we're then presented with this. And what do we see? What is so different about these two pictures, ladies and gentlemen? As you can see, when she's wearing the peach outfit, that belly button looks very different. Very different to the one on the khaki one, okay? And in fact, you can see her stomach is more tucked in. But you know what? Let me give you a different one. Kabam! All of a sudden, you're seeing, you know, this woman's stomach is completely disappeared in. Her belly button has changed, but in the other picture where you can clearly see that she was actually a smaller size, for some bizarre reason she has a stomach in that one but doesn't have one in the one that she's now a bigger person. How does this make sense? And in this one here, as you can see, the one obviously is slightly blurred out. This is her from a very long time ago when she was so much more younger, so much more smaller. You can see that. You can see within the waist. You can see within the head shape, the whole shebang. Even the chest area itself has obviously got bigger on one of the pictures where she's wearing the peach, but all of a sudden the stomach itself has disappeared. In what world does this happen? In what freaking world does this happen? Oh, I know which world this happens. In the world of getting the okay, well, that's not how it works per se, okay, ladies and gentlemen, but yes, in that world itself in particular. But let's continue to where we are here. Okay, as we can see, oh, actually, in fact, I have to put the sound over this bit here, because this part here, what she says is, again, very interesting.
Power holds. They're moisture wicking all the way stretched.
Let me just go back just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, because you know what? One thing that I want to ask you, with this part, even this part itself in particular, but she says the same thing here that she says again in a second. I'm interested, did anyone actually ever go and buy these same leggings and have the same impact that she claims to have with them right now?
These are the high-waisted power hold leggings.
So these are the high-waisted power holds. They're moisture wicking, all the way stretch compression fabric. Feels so good and secure. And they don't chafe, because sometimes I still feel like with
So again, I ask you, if you was to buy these leggings themselves, would they really suck in all of whatever you've got, mate, potentially if you're someone that maybe has, you know, or maybe has, you know, the, what do you call it, a lower belly that is obviously as big as what she used to have before. Clearly it disappeared because Sabrina the Teenage Witch popped out of nowhere and said, hey, disappear. But let's continue, ladies and gentlemen.
Things when you walk a lot where do a lot of movement. It can, and paired it with
right now. This is where we are now. Now, actually, listen carefully. Just listen carefully.
Mom jeans. They have a little.
Sorry, my lovely peoples. Let me go back a little bit. Just listen to what she says.
Paired it with these mom jeans. They have a little cuffed ankle. They're like the.
Right, let's freeze right there. She said these are the mom jeans. The picture that you see in 2019 is also a pair of mom jeans in 2019. This video is 2020. In fact, she uploaded this video yesterday for Valentine's. But tell me something. Can you not tell me that? Tell me something. When you look at her shoulders per se, can you not tell me that those shoulders look near enough? What in the 2020 video image itself alone? Can you not tell that maybe her shoulders are now go a little bit wider, or if not, maybe even the same size they were in 2019? Can you not see that even though she's got a different hairstyle, her head shape is potentially slightly bigger, or if not, slightly the same as before? In fact, you look at her legs as well. Aren't her legs pretty much the same as they were before, if not slightly bigger? But the matter of the point is, we can talk about the arms, we can talk about the shoulders, we can talk about the head, we can talk about the legs. But for some reason, one part of the body is completely different to how it was 2 years ago. And how is this actually possible? And if you don't know which part I'm talking about, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. Clearly, someone from the freaking Men in Black came up to you and flash, forget Alex Rodriguez ever did anything to her body. Just know that she is still natural. Yes. Is that what happened? Did Will Smith come and see you? Tommy Lee Jones? Like, yeah, let me know what happened here, because if you can't see what is here, then I don't know what to say to you. But ladies and gentlemen, this is where
perfect mom jeans, so chic too. I'm someone who
same thing again, okay, same thing again here.
Brown and black, as
look
you saw
at that.
in that
Come on,
sweater outfit.
But that, oh my bad. But that is where we have come to the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now I just want to put this out here. I am not making this video because I dislike this human being. I don't know this human being. I cannot dislike someone that I don't know. Absolutely not. I have made this video purely because there's been so many people, ever since the first video that I ever made, so many people reach out to me on a daily basis saying, Madzie, can you please just retouch on certain things again? Can you please make that video again? Can you please do this? And I'm like, but why? They say because I've been following Alex for such a long time, and when I was following her, she made me feel so freaking fearless. She even made my children feel so freaking fearless. But then at some point, some of the things that she started doing just didn't add up anymore. And therefore, we are now concerned. Yes, just like the Concerned Donuts. The merch, the link is down below. Stylesman mode, let's go. But either way, they were talking about how they are concerned. And I was like, concerned of what? I mean, I knew what they meant, but of course you want to hear people say it for themselves. We are concerned of the influence that she is giving out to the rest of the internet that watches her. We are concerned that the fact is that some of us, have gone through this experience of feeling like, we look a certain type of way, or we are a certain type of size. And then when she says that she's the same size as us, and then we look at ourselves and we're like, but hold on a minute, I'm sure I'm smaller than her. And then all of a sudden I go and try on something, it doesn't fit the same. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But that's just the aspect of the part where, the accountability isn't there within telling the truth when it comes to the size per se. The accountability doesn't come in place when, you're not telling the truth about what happened to the lower part of your stomach. Because really and truly, because the fact that her lower part has disappeared now, let's put it this way. If I've got a lower stomach, she hasn't got one, but we're both the same build. More or less, whatever I wear from the bottom is probably going to be slightly smaller. Whatever she wears, so it's going to be slightly smaller to what I'm going to wear, because I'm still going to have my stomach that's going to be in the way. So therefore, I'm going to probably need that size more. Okay? So I'm just saying there's a lot of things that you can look at here, this moment in time, that says to you, listen, if this behavior continues, more and more people will start to get frustrated, more and more people will start to get hurt by the fact that, there is no accountability within their actions. And like I said before, I don't make this video because I have an issue with, because I have some sort of HATE tools. Absolutely not. This is a video that I made because so many people are concerned about this behavior, and people are thinking, hold on a minute, this behavior cannot stop because too many lives are now being affected. But listen, we now know that the fearless leader, or once known the fearless leader, has now obviously dethroned herself from that title. She now goes under the name, or her actual name, of course, Alexandra Rodriguez, which is absolutely fine. But does it mean that the behavior can continue? Does it mean that the origin of the picture should be allowed? Does it mean that, the lies between how much she weighs, the lies between of what size they should continue? It doesn't mean that, does it? Because the same impact is still the same, regardless of the name. It's still the same. May not want to be fearless anymore. No, she did say that she's fearless inside. May not want to be fearless anymore on the outside, but either way, regardless, it doesn't take away from the fact that when people watch you, when people follow you, and you are now officially an influencer, people are looking to watch this influencer for a reason. Why? Because they want to see inspiration from this influencer. They want to feel beautiful. When they click on that video, when they click on that Alexandra Rodriguez video, they want to click on it because they want to see, okay, how can she make me feel good too? How? How can she do that? And then they'll still do a clothing haul. I'll be like, oh wow, man. Oh, I like what she's wearing. Damn, that looks amazing on her. What size are you? I'm about size 2022. Oh, okay, fantastic. I mean, I'm about size 2022. So you know what you just bought it, it's gonna work for me. I'm gonna go buy exactly the same thing. But then that happens and it doesn't work out. And that's just one aspect of it. There's also then the diet side of it, the WW side of it. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is just only part one. So if you want to stay tuned, you know what to do. Hit the red button. You might even want to join too, who knows. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, I will catch you lovely people next time. But for now, I'll see you all in the comment section. Hopefully. But with that being said, we are done and out. And shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel so far as we continue to grow. Thank you so much for your time, you lovely people. And yeah, let's go.